High above the forest floor, the deciduous canopy operates in a state of absolute biological abundance, soaking up massive amounts of solar energy. But down at ground level, it is a starvation environment. Less than 5% of ambient sunlight ever reaches the soil. The upper canopy absorbs almost all 660 nanometer wavelength light for its own photosynthesis. The only light that reliably penetrates this ceiling is the weaker 730 nanometer far red light. To survive down here, a plant must utilize an entirely different light harvesting system. Surviving in this emerald twilight requires abandoning vertical, brute force growth. These plants have instead become specialized masters of invisible biological efficiency. Look at the wild ginger. Lacking the energy to build tall aerial stems, it grows low to the ground. Its large kidney-shaped leaves lie completely horizontal, acting as wide, velvety solar panels engineered to catch any fragmented light. At a microscopic level, the adaptation goes even further. The epidermal cells on the surface of these shade leaves are physically shaped like lenses. They capture scattered ambient sunlight and focus it directly into the plant's photosynthetic tissues below. Occasionally, the canopy sways, allowing a brief beam of direct sunlight, a sunfleck, to hit the floor. The plant undergoes a rapid biological induction period, waking its internal machinery to drink the sudden surge of energy before the shadow returns. Because their cellular architecture is so intensely calibrated to trace amounts of light, they lack the ability to simply shut the system off. If you placed one of these deep shade plants in an open, sunny field, the direct radiation would rapidly overload and destroy their internal structures. Reproduction in the deep shade presents a massive physical challenge. The air down here is too still for wind pollination to work, and the plants lack the energy budget to grow tall flowers to attract airborne insects. To solve this, they recruit the insects already walking on the ground. The wild ginger places its dark burgundy flowers right against the soil, emitting a scent designed to attract ground-dwelling beetles and ants. Once fertilized, the plant produces seeds with a specialized lipid-rich fat body called an elaiosome attached to them. Ants gather these seeds, carry them into their nests, consume the fat, and then discard the intact seed into their underground waste chambers, a perfectly moist, nutrient-rich nursery. Other species play a temporal game. The zigzag goldenrod waits all the way until late summer to bloom in the sloped woodlands. By flowering when little else is available, it serves as a highly specific and critical food source for specialized native bees. Lacking the sunlight to scatter seeds or distribute pollen themselves, understory plants trade customized, high-value calories for the mechanical labor they cannot afford to perform. This reliance on others extends deep below the soil. To survive such harsh conditions, these shade plants plug their roots directly into a vast, shared underground network of arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi. It operates as a strict biological exchange. The plants surrender a fraction of their hard-earned carbon sugars to the fungi. In return, the fungal threads stretch far through the soil, delivering essential water and minerals back to the roots. Where there is an economy, there are exploiters. The ghost pipe is a translucent, completely white plant that has abandoned the need for sunlight entirely, allowing it to grow in total darkness. It acts as a pure parasite. Lacking chlorophyll, it taps directly into the fungal network, siphoning off water, minerals, and carbon from the surrounding trees without ever contributing anything back. This underground infrastructure creates an interdependent economy where the survival of deep shade plants depends on the constant, invisible flow of resources through the fungal threads. Today, this cooperative network faces a severe biological threat: garlic mustard, an invasive European herb that aggressively colonizes the shaded understory. Garlic mustard utilizes a strategy known as allelopathy, launching a direct chemical attack on the soil chemistry. As its roots spread, they actively pump toxic compounds, including cyanide and glucosilinates, directly into the soil. These chemicals specifically target and kill the mycorrhizal fungi. The ripple effects are devastating. Without their fungal partners, native tree seedlings starve. Highly adapted understory species, like the Northern Maidenhair Fern, can collapse completely within 5 to 7 years. The destruction of these native plants also erases a living historical record. For centuries, the distinctive dark stems of the maidenhair fern have been a crucial resource for indigenous tribes, woven into basketry to create contrasting patterns. Once the fungal network is severed, a rich, diverse forest floor is replaced entirely by dense thickets of the invaders' tall, aggressive seed pods. The quietest places in the forest are actually bustling biological metropolises, but their survival depends entirely on microscopic threads, a reminder of how quickly a complex system can unravel when a single, unseen connection is broken.